I want gas, but I want.
Dude, this is fun. I love doing stuff like this.
I'm
This
glad.
is such a cool spot, I guess. This
Thank
is like
you.
a thing, huh?
It is.
Yeah.
It's this whole spot is the name Surfside, the whole thing. It all stems from Sublime.
That's so cool, man.
It's a lifelong thing for me since I'm
Fuck
a
yeah.
kid, and so
Dude, radical.
for you to be here, it's really special for me.
Yeah. 100%.
And it's just so cool because I don't know, you know why.
Oh, totally. Dude, I get it, man. I'm stoked. I love seeing, things grow out of that.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, would you mind flipping the on-air switch?
Oh, yeah, which one is it?
Bottom little button,
The big red one?
just below the red one. Yes.
We are officially on
We
air.
are on the air.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, everyone, this is Jakob Nowell.
What up, guys? My name is Jakob, Sublime, Jacob's Castle, and right now with my record label, Sunburnt Records, we are out here on tour, Burnt Tour 2025, hitting a bunch of spots on the East Coast. We got Jesse James Pariah, we got Gabo from Fayuca, we got Strange Case, my business partner's band, my co-founder of Sunburnt Records,
Sick.
and we also got Spray Allen, my uncle Eric
Yep.
Wilson from Sublime, his other project, and we're just going out town to town, spreading the good word about Southern California, West Coast alternative music, and
Heck
there's
yeah.
a really big, exciting scene of stuff happening over there in our hometowns, man. And there's so many great fans out here that have been receptive to it so
For
far.
sure.
So thank you for
Sure.
letting
Of
us have an
course.
event here in your space, man. And dude, how cool is this? How cool is this setup?
A little VW bus action, no big deal, right?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, I feel like the scene that you're kind of coming from and in right now, like it feels very. It feels like you said, it's like something's happening. It feels special. It feels kind of unique. I wanted to tell you, like the first time that I ever saw you play anything was you played burritos at your dad's the cemetery.
Oh no, that was a guy who looked like me. Man, I was.
That was a
It was
long time
rough.
ago.
It was really rough, and it got so many views.
But you know what, though,
But
man?
we've come a long way since then.
You
That was
you definitely have.
almost
But
like 12 years ago, I want to say.
it was 2012. I watched it again this
13
morning.
years ago, yeah.
13 years ago. And I remember when I first saw it, I was like, what, like, so eager to see what it was going to be. And what you did, so unique. Like you
Thank
took
you, man.
you took a Sublime song that everybody knows and you like put your spin on it, and it right up to present day what you guys did with Garden Grove, it's beautiful. Like I usually, as a Sublime fan, I get kind of pissed when people cover Sublime. Like it doesn't sound right for me. Like, don't insult me. Like
Yeah.
it's not real.
Don't listen to our new covers record we put out.
No, I mean it's
all
all
the love
it's
that we
all
have found
wonderful.
reissued out right now. Go to your local tape store and buy the tapes and CDs.
Heck
Just
yes. Heck yes. But yeah, I mean, I think the point that I'm trying to make is that you have a very unique style.
Thank you,
and
man. Seriously.
It's very reminiscent of your pops in the sense where he did something so super unique, and now you're doing the same thing as his son, and that's got to feel pretty cool.
No, I appreciate that. My father's music is very special to me, man. And I think, everybody goes through different phases of how they interact with and how they're influenced by their parents. And anyway, no matter what our parents did, whether you got them or you don't have them, it's a big part of our lives and it shapes who we are. It's just a fact that's unavoidable. So the way that you think about it will change over time. I think when you're young and you're starting off doing music, you just want to distinguish yourself so much. So the uniqueness, I appreciate that so much. I think some of it was maybe too terminally unique. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
you're trying to be too different for your own good sometimes. And it took me a long time to get to a level of skill that I was proud of my accomplishments, and I'm still trying to grow every day. But for the longest time, there were times when I did want to play Sublime songs, times when I didn't.
Right.
But eventually, I feel like I got to a point in my life, in my own personal path, that it made sense to jam with my uncles. They're like, hey, we like doing this, let's keep doing it.
Yep.
And it felt really good to get to be up there. Is just, I almost feel like a hired gun. It's not my band. I don't feel like I'm the lead singer. So there's only ever one lead singer of Sublime, and their last record was a self-titled record. And for me, it's about getting my family together, getting out there to the fans so they can hear the live music again. It's nice to,
You're
be out
doing a
there and-
wonderful job, my
yeah,
friend.
dude, you get some cash in your pocket, you make some people happy, it's all rad. and you got a big platform now, or I do rather, and so it's like, what do I do with that? You know, it can't just be about like I get to, you know, jump the line and get to experience like rock stardom or whatever. I don't feel like that. For me, music has always been about making friends and memories. That's the key thing about this stuff, man.
That's beautiful.
And that's why, like, I wanted to just reform Skunk Records, but Miguel's price was too high. So
come on, Miguel, cut him a break.
But we wanted to do something that was spiritually inspired by Skunk Records, but that was sort of the next, you know, spiritual progression. And so that is Sunburnt Records, man. It's all about just trying to use my platform to shed a light on a bunch of amazing bands who, you know, I spent years struggling, and then because of who I am, I got to get this sort of jump the line and get to play these big shows. Well, I don't care about, I mean, I care about my music deeply, the stuff that I make and the statements and my different spins on things, and I hope that its audience gains it and people love it. But to me, it's so much more satisfying when I get to see bands that I believe in, smaller bands, get to a higher level and get to connect with their audience.
No doubt.
And then it becomes less about, you know, who's driving in a big van or playing on a big stage. It's more about, yo, there's all these people that we love to be around that come to our shows who are legitimate, cool, weird motherfuckers. Can we say motherfucker?
We can.
Then motherfucker.
Motherfucker, buy into the castle.
And if you come to a Sublime show, you see that the people who come out to these shows, it's multi-generational.
For sure. I can imagine.
You know, sons and daughters, mothers and fathers, grandmothers and grandfathers, aunties and uncles, everybody. And when you think about all the families that are brought together by how they relate to the work of Sublime, it's interesting because Sublime's music is not family friendly when you think about it. But that means the people who are showing up are the type of weird, cool motherfuckers that are just like me, just like my family. And we have this shared trauma, but also this shared like experience of togetherness. And for me, it's still small. People think it's big, but it's still small. But I can see this big vision for like a huge kingdom of this West Coast alternative sound that really is starting to happen and bubble up. So getting to travel around, spread the good word, it just feels great, man.
Awesome. I think you know, it has to have its challenges, you know, sort of living in that shadow, like, but like your music is awesome. Like Enter the Castle is a fucking killer album.
I really appreciate you saying
killer.
that.
Like, you guys have not listened. I mean, you're fans of Sublime, whatever, it doesn't matter. Jacob's album it's fantastic. There's some really, really great songs.
It means a lot. And it's not about me either, too. Like I said, I love the music, but Sublime, I wouldn't be here or capable of doing this, or maybe I would never even gone into music if I wasn't born who I was. And for me, it's like I need to pay respect and homage to my father and my uncles and everybody who came before us. Otherwise, we just simply would not be here doing it. So for me, the whole living in the shadow thing, I think everybody experiences that different. Like when I was talking about how you interact or feel about your parents and how they came before you and how you're going to differentiate yourself or follow in their footsteps. I mean, famously, if you go to like a Jakob Dylan show, like a Wallflower show, don't ask him to play a Bob Dylan song. Like I've heard that, like that's like big no. So some people, and that's a musician where his music is huge and amazing in its own right. He doesn't need to do that stuff. But it's not about whether you need to or don't need to. For me, it's like if you're gonna have to live in a shadow, like become the shadow, absorb that shit, make it all one big thing.
Yeah, I mean, use it to your advantage.
Yeah, in our set we play Jacob's Castle songs and Sublime songs because for me it's carrying the. In a Sublime set, they would play Sublime songs, Ziggin's songs. They'd play songs from all the artists that they liked and stuff like that.
Totally.
For our scene and a lot of different music scenes, but specifically, I think what characterizes our scene is blending everything that you think is fucking cool. And Sublime, in my opinion, is pretty fucking cool. I feel really special and lucky to get to be a part of it now. You know,
the coolest. That's great. I actually wanted to tell you I got to meet your grandparents.
Oh, that's awesome.
My dear friend Joe Samba, he's a musician.
Yeah, he's here today.
He's the best, dude. And
I saw his babies.
Yes, beautiful little babies, Salvatore and Rosalie. So we were out in California when he was actually getting signed to Law Records, and we were out there kind of doing some things. And I bought not this bus but another bus. So while we were out there, Joe got a message from. Your aunt, I don't know how you guys say it in Kelly.
Oh man, now I'm gonna be thinking about that all day. How do we aunt?
Aunt. We say.
I guess I say both.
I grew up saying aunt, and people in New Hampshire are aunt. It's always aunt.
If you say aunt, you kind of sound like you're my Aunt Kelly.
So she was like, "Hey, you know, if you guys are cruising around, like, I'll hit up my dad, and you guys can stop by." And Joe like puts the phone down. He looks at me. He goes, "We're gonna go to Papa Noel's house."
So cool.
And I was like, was like, okay. So I just wanted to share that with you. It was a beautiful experience for me. It was very, very cool.
Yeah.
And
That means a lot,
they're
man.
great. They are wonderful people.
Some of the best people I've ever met, man.
Yes, sir.
I really appreciate for them for everything they've done.
Yep, they got a beautiful house too.
Oh man,
I love the front door. It's like one of those half doors, right?
Yeah, the greenhouse on the bay.
Beautiful. And I got to meet Todd Zalkins for the first time that day. Who I have a kind of a prior relationship with him. I knew somebody that was going.
Did he rob you?
He didn't rob me. No, he gave
That's
me
good.
a big hug though. But I
Listen
got
here,
to meet
man.
him, and he's a.
You're a fucking bum out. We're gonna start calling you 3x3 because 3 times 3 is 9, and 9 times out of 10 you're a fucking bum out. Oh. Did he give you any of those? Those are his.
He's always got some Z-manisms that he drops.
HWP, hot wet pussy. Yeah, dude.
He's the
Key
best. Yes, very key.
or bum out.
Got to be key.
We don't say key, but we say bum out in the Sunburn land. A lot of his the etymology of his phrases has seeped into our scene.
Nice.
We'll be like, dude, are you stoked? We'll be like, fucking bum out, dude. You're stoked. You're stoked. All you guys are stoked.
Wonderful. So when did you when you started developing your own style of playing, what was there a key moment where you kind of felt like I got this style, Z-Man, key, definitely key. But did you figure out when did you sort of develop the style that you do now?
Took a while, I think everybody goes through different phases and eras.
I mean, Law was a great band. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thoroughly enjoyed that.
It was a great learning experience, man. It's tough, you go through so many different phases of how you want to sound and what you want to do and what your statement is. So when Law ended, I was like, I want to make my solo project and really try to experiment with just all the sounds that inspired me the most and that I thought were cool.
Yep.
So it was like Gorillaz, Outkast, I don't know, Beck.
Yep.
A lot of stuff from that era, and Sublime in a lot of ways. Mm-hmm. So some of the stuff we make has a more poppy influence, but it's almost ironic, I guess. But just anything that genuinely sounds good. So the idea became to kind of merge, okay, what is this West Coast alternative sounds? How can we merge that with weird underground, more internet influenced and inspired music?
Yep.
And we're still, tinkering with the formula every day.
But they're hit songs, man.
That really means a lot,
man.
man.
They're great songs.
I think, songwriting, I have a lot of fun doing that and working with my boys, Zane Vandervoort, John Joseph over at the Harbor Martyr Studios, where we make all our Jacob's Castle stuff. And then recently we made new Sublime stuff. Well, I say new. A lot of it is just influenced and remixed and reimagined unreleased Sublime material that we jammed with Bud and Eric. And we tried to keep it really original. And through doing that, I've really fallen in love with the classic Sublime sound, because the way I'm explaining all this shit, it's almost in a lot of ways, I think that's just what Sublime did, or any band that we all love. Is just they heard all their sounds that they loved and they experimented and mixed it all together until they found their authentic voice somewhere through all the chaos. And so we're really excited for new Castle stuff, for new Sublime stuff, and we're playing it all on Burnt Tour.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you talk about the Sublime style, and as Brad's son, what's your favorite stuff by him? What's the thing you're oh dude, you're so good, Dad?
All You Need, Greatest Hits, and STP are my top 3 songs for Sublime. I like those because I think it shows the dynamic range of the band and how they can be so irreverent and insouciant and just wild, crazy chaos. It seems we don't give a fuck, but somehow underneath there's the 3, in my opinion, most underrated best musicians in rock and roll, and all of rock and roll.
You could use.
And I've gotten to play with Bud and Eric, live now, and it's just they're mind-blowing musicians, man. Yeah. It's almost unfair. And then, speaking of which, there's this interview with Paul Leary from Bubble Surfers, working with Sublime, and talking about my dad. It's he could sing so good, and then he could just rip on the guitar. It was unfair.
Yeah,
And for me, I think you get a lot of stuff from your parents, but I'm not ever going to become better than my dad, because it's almost like we're asking the wrong questions. You can't try to be better than the original thing. It just doesn't make any sense. You have to distinguish yourself. And honestly, in the world of podcasting, I think there was this quote by, I forget who, some old OG podcaster, but he's if you can't be better, you got to be different.
Yes.
You know, and
that's what you're doing.
Yeah,
that's what Jacob's Castle is.
I'm not a master guitar player by nature. I enjoy playing. I play guitar and piano and bass and all that shit just for writing songs. Right. And I love singing. But for me, what I think I take after the most of my dad is the storytelling element. I enjoy creating a fantasy for people, the scene, the idea. I go up in between the sets for Burnt Tour. There's little skits and interludes and addressing the audience and just trying to create this vibe and narrative. And when people are really taken there, then I don't care who you are, where you're from, or what you believe in or anything. As long as you're here to be peaceful, loving, and make some new fucking friends is the main thing. And make some new memories is the second main thing. And the third thing is have a killer fucking time and go absolutely wild. Then you're welcome here and you just get to escape. Just get to escape for a while.
You
to me, that's
like
what it's
you're
all
on the
about.
right track, buddy.
Thanks, man.
You really do.
Feels great.
That's awesome. Before I let you go, I like I said earlier, I'm so grateful that you're here and you're doing this for us. We're all huge fans. But your hairless cats.
Oh, so please, we could talk all day.
We got Fluffy and we got Creature.
Yes, we do.
That's their names?
Fluffy and Creature, you did your thank you so much. I don't know if they'll be able to see it, but we'll see maybe. That's Creature. There he is. Creature is a boy, and he is 4, and he'll be 5 in October. He's pink, he's hairless, he looks like a ball sack. No, he does not get oily ever. No, you don't have to wipe him down. Yep, everyone always asks. Let's see if I can get a good Creature pick going here. He's just a good fella. You know, he's a good fella.
Oh, yeah.
And then his sister, who's a year younger. Creature's birthday is on it's Halloween Day he was born.
Nice.
And then Fluffy is in May, so he's a Scorpio. He's a total Scorpio. Fluffy, his sister now, she's May 13th. She's born on Friday the 13th.
Oh, man.
She's a total Taurus, so, they get along,
yep.
But sometimes Creature got to do his own thing.
Are they actual siblings, or they're not from the same
No,
litter?
they're not from the same
parents.
Yeah,
you said they were a different age, okay.
But they are spiritually brother and sister.
That's awesome. I have 2 boys at home, Monkey and Jimmy.
Oh, they're cats?
Yeah, they're both 10, and they're...
That's Fluffy. She got tiger stripes.
Let me see that.
Yeah, she's cool.
Oh, Fluffy.
Fluffy likes to live dangerously. Like, she'll jump up on high things and fall and go crazy, but she just is a daredevil. Creature sees her doing it, and he's like, that's insane. I would never do. He's so much more like... He won't take risks.
Have you had other cats aside from these 2 cats?
No, these
before?
are my first pets. The first ones I bonded with.
Because I was curious, their personalities. Like they say, orange cats are a little crazy, and these cats are this.
Creature is kind of an orange cat.
Oh.
Even though he's hairless, his tail, Sphinxes will still grow a little bit of fuzz and fur over their life. And you can kind of see where the orange and white pattern starts on his tail. So he's got some orange cat in him.
He's got that orange cat.
Yeah.
All right. That's freaking cool.
I love them to death. No joke, guys. After our show yesterday in York, Maine, we, went out, had fun with some new friends. Cool. Everybody leaves. I'm like, I'm going to go to bed. I sit there in my bed. I order Wendy's. Got my fucking Frosty. And then I just sat in my bed with the lights dim and just looked at my cats for hours. And was like, fuck, I miss them. For a good 45 minutes, I just scrolled through my old pictures.
You're not the only one doing that. I can promise you that, because I'm the same way.
Yeah, man.
My cats and my boys. If you check out the artwork we did for this show, my little cat Monkey's on the beach there in the front. You have to.
Creature's my mascot, and that doesn't mean I don't love Fluffy.
So Creature is on the Jacob's Castle logo. It's kind of
my
purple.
Logo.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love you're a cat guy, and that's probably one of my favorite things about you.
I think it's important to have your it's like Avatar: The Last Airbender. Each one of the avatars has their own spirit animal. And my dad had Lou Dog, and then Creature, he's the little winged cat.
So Lou Dog was he was still around when you were a kid,
that's right?
Till 10 years old.
It was great, man. You'll know if someone's lying about being around in the scene by the way they talk about Lou Dog. If someone comes up dude, I remember Lou Dog. He was the sweetest dog. He was so nice. Liar. He was ornery. He'd bite people. He was really, the noise of skateboards would freak him out. So my dad would be like, oh, you don't like skaters. Always biting people. Except Dalmatians are really attached to their person, right? So he was always really great with my dad. So when I was a kid, I don't know if dogs can smell it or whatever, but he was always nice to me. I could come up to Lou Dog. I could fuck with him and pinch him. I was, you're a little 3-year-old. You don't have any. And I could pet him or whatever, and he would always be nice. And then one of my friends could reach out to pet him, and
I think it was
he's an amazing animal.
I think it was 99 or 2000. I went to Warped Tour.
Yeah.
Long Beach Dub All Stars and Green Day were the headliners for that, and there was Lou Dog backstage, and I wiggled my way back there, and I got to pet him.
So cool.
And got a picture with him, and he didn't bite me. So
good.
I hope that Lou Dog liked me. That's pretty much the one of the pinnacles of my Sublime love. Dude.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it, and I appreciate how much love you have for our scene and my family and my pops, man. I mean,
lots of love.
What you guys are doing out here is amazing and great, and we just really appreciate you giving us a chance to have an event here.
Awesome.
Hope it makes some new Sunburnt fans.
For me personally, it's all of this. It stems from Sublime and the influence it had on my life. Like when my 19-year-old self.
Yep.
Just, it was like I found Brad and I found Sublime, and I was like, that's fucking me.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm not a grunge guy. I'm not a metal guy. Like, I want to go to the beach and drink beers and have a fucking great time.
And we will.
And that's what
we shall.
We shall.
Well, I got to go introduce this next band before they're already staring at me, but we got Jesse James Pryor coming up next. So
go check it out. Go check out Enter the Castle. It's a great album. I promise you that.
We got a new song, Less and Less. It's out right now. We're filming the music video for it live at Burnt Tour at all of our shows.
Sick.
And we got Jesse James Pryor. Please check him out. Strange Case, Fayuka, and also Spray Allen.
Sick. Dude,
thank
Jacob,
you, sir.
Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it.
Let's go. That was killer, man. Thank you so much for doing it. That was wonderful.
Come to Surfside Live. Welcome to Surfside Live. Come to Surfside Live. Welcome to Surfside Live. We shall slay the slayer.